Will the virtuous Sangha, out of compassion, for the sake of this assembly and all living beings, please turn the wonderful Dharma wheel to teach and guide us how to end birth and death, leave suffering and attain bliss, and quickly realize no birth. Cung thính đại đức tặng thịnh, vì thứ pháp hội cấp nhất thiết chúng sanh. Thịnh chuyên diệu pháp luân giao đạo ngã môn, như há liêu sanh thoát tư ly khổ đạc lạc, tất chứng vô sanh. Homage to the Blessed, Noble, and Perfectly Enlightened One. Nam mô Sa Đàn Thổ Sư Chê Đô Ye Ở La Hơ Đi San Miao San Pu Tô Xie. Nam mô Tạc Tạc Tha Tô Ya Đà Ya A La Ha Đế Tam Miệu Tam Bồ Đà Tòa. The unsurpassed, profound, subtle, and wonderful Dharma in 100,000 million aeons is difficult to encounter. Now that I'm able to see and hear, I will receive and maintain it. I vow to fathom the thus come one's true and actual principles. Wu shang sheng she wei miao fa, bái chia万劫难遭遇，我今见闻得受持，愿解如来真实义。O Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, Venerable Nga, Venerable YongHua, Venerable Love-Home people, and all good knowing advisors, Emitofuo. Chư Phật Bồ Sát, Nga Đại sư, sư phụ sang人, 各位出家人, 各位上居士, Emitofuo. Chư Phật Bồ Tát, kính thưa Thanh Lương Quốc sư, thưa Hòa Thượng YongHua, quý thầy cô và quý vị thiện tri thức A Di Đà Phật. Today is the 20th of February, 2021. We are gathered here to discuss the Avatamsaka Sutra, the Preface, written by the great master Nga. And we are currently on slide 151. It was brought to my attention a couple of days ago that I made a mistake from the last time's lecture, so I'd like to make the correction. I apologize. Last week we talked about the improper views, 5 improper views. Those are the quick servants. I mistakenly said they are slow servants last week. They are called quick servants. Quick servants because they come very quickly. Okay, these types of erroneous views come to your mind very quickly, effortlessly. That's why they call quick servants. And they come quickly and confuse you and make you become their servants. All right? This is a context. Let me bring back a little bit to you. In Buddhism, we teach you about wisdom. And one of the Buddhist wisdom is called the 8 difficulties. You could call them the 8 disasters, as you will. The Chinese is ba nan. 8 is ba, and nan is difficulties. But actually, you could also interpret as disasters as well, because it's more than just difficulties. Difficulties of not encountering the Buddha Dharma. It's called a difficulty, because without being able to encounter the Buddha Dharma, you cannot unfold the wisdom. Okay, it's very difficult for you to unfold the wisdom. In fact, you look more closely, these types of difficulties, if you really have wisdom, you realize actually they should be considered as disasters, because it's like if you don't have the Buddha Dharma, you don't encounter a good teacher, it's like you go through life without a sense of direction. You have the proper priorities. You don't have a sense you really have no clues as to what's important in life. That's what happened to me. First half of my life, until the age of 39, I went through the worldly pursuits, pursuing fame and profit and self-indulgence, and led me to nowhere. Okay, made me very unhappy and dissatisfied. I met with my aspired idols, meaning the executives and the successful business people. The closer I got to them, the more disappointed that I became, because I realized I didn't like the people that I aspired to be. Okay, so then my life had no meaning whatsoever. You prepare your entire life to be there, to go there. Then you realize once you get there, you're going to be so miserable. Okay, and so to me, it's because the first part of my life, I had no sense of direction, didn't know what's right and wrong, what's important in life. Okay, and it's because I did not encounter the proper Dharma the first half of my life. Second half, meeting with my master, my Chinese master, changed my life, turned it around. And so to me, personally, these 8 difficulties, actually to me, there are actually 8 miseries, 8 disasters, if you will. Okay, not just difficulties. The Chinese are very polite. They mention the word difficulties. It's a very gentle way of saying, of talking Chinese way obliquely. But to me, the 8 miseries. What are these 8 miseries that you should avoid, okay, at all costs? Falling to the hells, becoming the hungry ghosts, falling to the animal realm, okay? Those are incredibly a lot of suffering for a long, long time. You will regret it when you get there. Trust me, okay? You've been there and you forgot. And you're not careful, you will go back there in the future. We all have been doing this for a long, long time. We went down to the hells. We became hungry ghosts. We went to animal realms. And then we ascend to being a human being like today. Okay? And we've been doing that endlessly. Okay? Since what the Buddhists call beginningless time. We've been revolving the wheel reincarnation and going through these 8 miseries, these 8 disasters, these 8 difficulties that we forgot. Okay? So this is what the Buddha is very, very compassionate. He reminds us. These 8 difficulties are, okay, number 4, long life heaven, meaning up there, you live to be too long, that so long that when the Buddha comes to our world, you're still stuck up there. You cannot receive training from the Buddha. Number 5, you're born into the northern continent where you have a long life, but there's absolutely no way for you to meet with the Buddha Dharma. So you have a very, very good life. Comes to mind, my friends, very, very wealthy. The whole family is very successful, from brothers to sisters. Everyone is a CEO or so forth, working for Goldman Sachs and so forth. And they have so much money, and they're so miserable. Okay? I feel sorry for them. There's no way to get to them. Okay? Meaning that in their case, they met with Mahayana, and through me, they wouldn't believe it. Okay? It's sheer misery. The entire family is bipolar. So they're at each other's throat for all these years. Number 6, having incomplete organs, like being blind, deaf, and mute. So you can't learn about Buddha Dharma. Number 7, for smart people who are knowledgeable, have worldly knowledge, have debate skills, and very smart, okay? Since you know it all, since you can figure everything out, okay? And you can argue until the end of time, okay? And that's a misery, that's a difficulty, because you're like that. The wise people would not waste time on you. Okay? And born before or after the Buddha is another difficulty like we have right now. It's very difficult to learn, even though you read about the Buddha Dharma, listen to Buddha Dharma, but it's not the same as listening to the Buddha's sermons. Okay? There's a world of difference between learning from the Buddha versus learning from his disciples. It's like night and day. Okay? Those are the 8 miseries that you have no choice but endure them, go through your life, and suffer and be miserable. And so the Buddha Buddhist teaching is very balanced. He says, these are the bad news. You want to avoid these things. Okay? If you say, oh, it doesn't make sense, walk out. No problems. Okay? No one is forcing you to believe. But if you believe there's such a thing as the 8 difficulties, 8 miseries, then the Buddha further, and then next he says, there's a way to avoid these things. Yeah, you should know. What are those ways? The 4 ways to avoid these 8 miseries, 8 disasters. Okay? And again, I like use the word disaster, because to me, now that I know what I've seen, looking back at my prior life and my friends who are still in that mode, they're so miserable, they're so desperate, and they don't know what to do. You can counteract. You can avoid these 8 difficulties by 4 dharmas, 4 ways. You dwell in good places, born in the central countries where you can encounter the proper dharma, the Buddha Dharma. That's where, to me, culture matters. Okay, that's the Buddha Dharma is not available in most places, and usually only in places of where culture is centrally located. Okay. Number 2, rely on a good man. Okay. And preferably, you can meet with the Buddha as the best man possible. Rely on good men here, meaning that relies on preferably the Buddha or a wise man, a wise woman. Okay, if you cannot find a wise man, a wise woman, rely on your good friends. Choose your friends carefully, children. This is very important, okay? If you choose the wrong friends, you have the wrong friends, you will have a lot of problems, okay? And you parents pay attention. You encourage your children to choose the good friends and help them discern the good friends from the bad friends. That's very important, okay? Because there's a saying where you draw, the Chinese is saying, you draw near red, you draw near your wife's rouge, then you become red. No, it doesn't sound right. You know what I mean, okay? I'm too full, you know. For some reason, I eat too much at lunch today. So, where was I? Oh, never mind. Okay, so draw near good people. That's very important, okay? Even when I was in the business world, okay, your success, your career success depends on you choosing the proper person. You draw near the proper person. And more importantly, if you are among the one who have blessings, you choose the good bosses, real decent bosses. That's a real blessing right there. They pull you up with them. And when they become CEO, you become COO. And when they become chairman, you become CEO. You see? And you'll be happy, all of you. That's very important. So depend on a good man. Okay? Number 3, make proper vows. And have proper views. Propriety, okay? Meaning that you understand cause and effect. Whatever you see today, if it's bad, it's because you planted a bad cause in the past. Whatever you see that's good today, like having a good lunch, is because, what? Forgot why you have a good lunch? Anyone remembers? Okay, we'll figure it out eventually. Okay, so having the proper views. Okay, and number 4, planting good roots. Okay, meaning that you did good in the past. You keep on doing good and more good and even more good. When you do that, okay, you will get good results. It's that simple. Don't worry. Don't complain and say, how come that evil person is so bad? He steals, he lies, he cheats on his wife. What else does he do? He all those things. Okay. And how come he's still so famous and so successful? Don't worry. Okay. He's being successful is because of the good roots he planted in the past. But for being successful right now, he's planting a lot of bad roots. Bad things, doing bad things. In the future, he's not going to do well at all. Okay? Yeah. All right. Any questions? That's very important. Keep in mind 4 things. Okay? Choose a good place to live. Do not move to Russia, South Korea. Oh, wait. Is it North or South? I keep on confusing. No, thank you. Okay? Places like that. Okay? Good places, draw near good people. Okay? Especially children, young people, pay attention. Okay? You with budding careers, choose a good boss. That's very important. Okay? And go to bat for them. And if your friends are exploiting you, be careful. Do not associate yourself. Number 3, proper views. Very important. Proper views will dictate the direction of your life. Okay? The proper views will point in the right direction and for you to ascend and become a better person. That's very important. Okay? Number 4, you need to do good. Planted good roots, he said, you need to keep on doing good and more good. It's never enough. Keep on doing good. Okay? You never lose. If you do these 4 things, you will be able to mitigate or evade the 8 difficulties because of the bad roots you planted in the past. Questions? All right, then we elaborate for you. Okay? Good places, meaning to me, I simplify it. Good places to me is culture. I love culture. Okay? Number 2, proper view. Okay, number 2 is good men. You know, good men, good women. Marry well. He finds it funny. Okay, and number 3, proper views is very important. Proper view. View is everything in this world is dictated by cause and effect. Planning, do good, you get good results. You do evil things, you will suffer. Okay, it's that simple. Keep it that way, you'll be fine. And in particular, last week, we spent a lot of time talking about, is it last week? No, 2 weeks ago. That's why I forgot everything. Last night I was preparing for the lecture because I don't understand this Avatamsaka Sutra at all. You asked me, okay? I don't get it. But I get it more than you. But it's still not enough. I was preparing for the lecture, and I said, because I don't want to sweat after a good lunch. I looked at the slides. I couldn't understand what the slides were about. That's why I had to go through. I just summarized for you. Okay? But last week, last time we talked about the 5 things. You see this in people. They have these people, whether it's monks, nuns, lay people, saints, Mother Teresa, or the likes. Okay? If they have these 5 quick servants, they have no wisdom. They have no transcendental wisdom. This is what differentiates the Buddhist wisdom versus the non-Buddhist wisdom. Okay? Buddhist wisdom, we call it, just to promote ourselves a little bit, transcendental wisdom that enables you to get out of your suffering. If you are unhappy about something, if you are miserable about something, okay, if you have any kind of unhappiness, you're unhappy about anything at all, okay, only through Buddhism can you get rid of noisy babies. I mean, and not get in trouble. All right? So, there's so much samadhi power already. All right. So to say it another way, if you have any of these 5 things, okay, it's because you are confused about things you observe. You don't understand what's happening. That's why you have no wisdom. What don't you understand? Okay? You understand? You believe there's a body, but you still need to take showers regularly. Okay? Taking showers is a good thing. Chung Yin, you paying attention? Excuse me, just kidding. Don't eat too much kimchi with garlic. All right. So, you realize, excuse me. You realize that Korea is online with us right now. It's 6 o'clock in the morning. Isn't that amazing? Look at them. They're all sleeping. Oh, wow. Hello, Korea. 안녕하세요. Look at them. They're awake. Oh, my goodness. Hey, everyone, say hello to them. Be friendly. There you go. Yeah. All right. No, I like this. Okay. Wow, look at that. Yeah. 6 in the morning on Sunday. Wow, you guys have nothing to do, clearly, on the weekend. Okay, so confused people have a view of a body. Confused people have extreme views. Okay, they believe that after you die, you return to nothing, or after you die, you remain the same thing. You're a dog forever. You're a God forever. Okay, that's called permanence. Or the opposite of that is you die, you become to nothing, you return to emptiness. Both those are wrong views. That's confusion. All right? They think, for example, that they see the body decaying, that becomes dust. They think it's returns to dust. Actually, it's just the body. The soul still migrates to another body, that's all. All right? So extreme views is due to the fact that they're confused. They observe these things, and they say, wow, their understanding based on their observations is wrong. Okay, and that's why they have no wisdom. You believe in those things. Those people who believe in those things. My family, my oldest brother is a rich guy, and he tells all of us, I remember this, he says, it doesn't matter, boys and girls. After you die, nothing matters. Might as well enjoy ourselves. Let's go kill, steal, and con people. Who cares? You can get away with it. Look at me. All right? So that's extreme views. That's stupidity. And the guy is so miserable. Okay? He refused to admit it. Rich, but miserable. Number 3, deviant views. You don't believe in cause and effect. You don't believe that whatever you have today is from a prior cause. It's not haphazard at all. Everything happens for a reason. We get what we deserve. What goes around comes around. All those things, okay? That's based on the principle of cause and effect. And these people are too smart. They said, no, I don't believe in cause and effect. Cause and effect is the universal law of this world. Okay? If you plant such cause, such is the effect. Number 4, view grasping at views, meaning that you think you don't understand what's happening, and you overestimate yourself. You think you're so special, you're so superior. Okay? Number 5, this black band again. Number 5 is these spiritual people who are excessive in their spiritual practices. We practice to the extreme, thinking they get better results like that. Devadatta, the cousin of the Buddha, when the Buddha taught his monks to eat vegetarian, Devadatta says, yes, my monks also eat vegetarian, but being a rival of the Buddha, he told his disciple not to eat salt either. So it's not necessary. Like today, someone told us that the fried mushroom has a scallion oil there, and they rub it on. It's much more fragrant than normal. After removing the scallion, so they asked me, just for you or not there, is it okay to eat? I said, yes, it's okay as long as it's good. That's deviant. I mean, okay? So all those things. No, I actually, my reply was that it doesn't matter. Eat a little bit of onion, a scallion. Is it fried scallion, right? Fried shallots, I think. Usually they fry the shallots and then put it in the oil and then rub it on the fried mushroom. It's so much more fragrant. Okay? If you eat a little bit of that once a week, you still can become enlightened, I think. Okay, so because of these erroneous beliefs, these people will have no real transcendental wisdom. What does it mean? It means that, look at one tech. I'm losing my eyesight. And you didn't even eat much. What's the matter with you? I ate twice as much as you did. Look at me. Try some coffee. Here's what happened, folks. The Buddhist teaching is so precise. Okay? We differentiate between what we call worldly people, people who are very, very knowledgeable, very successful in the world, okay? Worldly people, smart, successful, rich, powerful. Let's not go into politics, okay? And so forth, okay? All those are worldly people, worldly success. But in Buddhism, one step above that is called wisdom. So far, so good. So for example, let me relate to you. When I first started becoming a monk, I shaved my head, thinking my master would be around for 25 years. To me, I figure it's long enough for me to learn how to do chant from this chant master. Lo and behold, 3 months after he allowed me to shave my head, he died. I'm still very bitter about this. He abandoned me. He knew full well that I shaved my head because I wanted to learn chant from him. That's the only reason. Not interested in anything. Not interested in becoming a monk long term. Just teach me chant. And I wanted to learn all the chant secrets in the world. And go back and make a killing. Acquire real skills to overwhelm people, you know. Yeah. Because now, before it's just like you and me, so you don't know. It's like a toss, a coin toss. We have chant skills. You overwhelm them, my friends. That's what I wanted to learn. And the old short Chinese monk knew that. He allowed me to shave my head anyway, to leave me 3 months later. Guess who outsmarted who? It's disgusting, trying to outsmart your master. we all get what we deserve, okay? See, you can tell what kind of manager I was. I would con people left and right. And how did I get here? What was the theme again, Haji? Were you paying attention? He's sleepy too. Good Lord. Wisdom? Who cares about wisdom? So worldly knowledge in Buddhism, we don't call it wisdom. By the way, kids, okay? Whatever you know in the world, your degrees, PhD degrees and so forth, we don't call it wisdom. Not at all, okay? So what does the Buddha call wisdom? He says, he doesn't exactly call it wisdom. The way he teaches is kind of different. He says, if you have these 5 views, it's non-wisdom. You will have no wisdom. Okay? So that you can check for yourself. If you say, I believe I have this body here, you know? Okay? Then you're in a state of confusion. That's a fact. Okay? When you think like that, you state of confusion. But if your mind is free from these thoughts, those moments is moments of wisdom. It's that simple. Okay? Moreover, it's not just those moments, but if you really detach yourself from these 5 erroneous views, then you are free from what is the Tien Tai people call, anyone knows? Come on, Master YongHua disciples, or those who claim to be his disciples. What are they? What are they called? The 5 quick servants are called? Hey, I'm waiting with, it's okay. Hey. Did you have a good lunch? Think, I'm busy. Try it. See that? None of you can make him laugh. Yet. All right. Okay. Where were we? It's called, the Tien Tai school called these 5 servants the 88 view delusions. You break these 5 classifications of erroneous views. The Tien Tai people are much more detailed. They break it down into 88 different kinds of view delusions. So what you see out there, see, whatever you can see with your eyes, with your hear, with your ears, you're confused about what you see. You're confused. You think you understand. That's why you have no wisdom. And the Tien Tai people break it down to 88 types of erroneous understandings, by the way, erroneous beliefs. Okay? If you can break through these 5 kinds of errors, then you will certify to what? Anyone knows? Sang-wook. Go back to Korea. Anyone else? You, Dharma Prince, they call you. You don't know? Huh? go back to Vietnam. Anyone else would like to go somewhere? Okay. If you avoid having these 5 times erroneous beliefs, you will certify to first stage arhat. And that's the beginning of wisdom, by the way. If you certify the first stage arhat, you have wisdom. It's a big deal. In Buddhism, it's a really big deal. Okay? Because it's very difficult. Listen. Who doesn't believe that you have a body? See, I rest my case. Who says you don't have a body? See? All confused. Isn't that interesting? Yeah. So because of these erroneous understandings, that's why you have no wisdom. Whereas the Buddhist sages, first stage arhat and so forth and higher, they're not prone to these types of mistakes. Okay, I'm opening myself to a lot of questions from Way Mountain Temple. Yes?
Can you hear me, Master?
Yeah, we can hear you. Go ahead.
So you said earlier, I know you made a joke, but you said you still need a shower every day. So that would imply that you do have a body. And the 5th erroneous view is the view of extremes and excessiveness. So to think that you don't have a body, would that contradict the 5th erroneous view?
No, they're different things. Prohibition here is there. These people, number 5, the people observe purity excessively, unnecessarily. That's why I said, yes, it's preferable that you don't eat onion and garlic, but an occasional fried shallot in oil on mushroom, it's okay. That's 5, okay? Because if these people, actually I know a lot of people who really have these, they don't eat salt, they don't eat onion and garlic for, how long has it been? 30 years already, and they still are getting nowhere. Okay? Whereas today, we had some fried shallot oil on our mushroom. And I believe some of you will still certify the first stage arhat. For sure. I see it already. Yeah, that's right. Okay? So that's why the people who don't know, they say, number 5, they say, I cannot eat onion and eat garlic. Oh my God, today I got some onion and garlic in my food. That's it. My life is over. Okay, it's no need for that. Don't worry. Okay? It's okay to screw up occasionally. Okay? You still can acquire wisdom. All right? But view body is different. View body refers to the fact that you baby your body too much. You're overly attached to your body. Okay? Case in point. Excuse me, ladies. Botox. Okay? Yeah. That's excessive because it stays there with you for a long, long time. So every time you look at yourself in the mirror, you see Botox. Body. And that's right there. It's very difficult for you to unfold your wisdom if you see Botox in the mirror. Okay? So that's attachment to view body. Whereas if you say, like some people like me, I'm old. So I have wrinkles. I have stretch marks. That's me. Okay? That's okay. Nothing wrong with that. Okay. My husband will still love me the way I am. Ask him. That's all. Discreetly. Don't look at him right now. Okay? You got that? But it's a good question. This guy, I call him Thunder Thief. My Thunder Thief. In fact, a lot of you notice a lot of my disciples, they went beyond first stage arhat. They don't even know about the 5 quick servants. Go figure. So sometimes you don't need to understand much. All you need is a little bit of luck and fried mushrooms. Okay? Don't worry. There's so many ways to skin the. So many ways to throw the dice. Excuse me. There's so many ways to do it. Okay. So it turns out that the Tin Thai people, I love them, but too complicated. To me, when I went years ago, when I read that in order for you to certify to first stage arhat, my first reaction is that let's go dig up the 88 views, delusions. Okay? And then I look at the 88 and say, I can't even count to 5. How can I go to 88? I'm going to drive myself crazy. So I drop it. Okay? So my point is that this is fun for you to talk about, and there's so many ways to get there. And this is why am I going over them right now? For 2 groups of people. One of you are scholarly people. He says, does he know what he's talking about? I said, of course. What do you think? I know a lot more than I look. But the point here is that those of you who have way beyond this, now you understand. You understand that from your perspective why you don't have a view of a body. It's different. It's not the way that these people think. Okay? Number 1. Number 2, you don't necessarily need to understand all this. You still can get there. And now we talk about it because it's easier for you to broaden your understanding. And now you can explain to people, and now you can help people because you know why. Okay? So there's many ways to do it. Buddhism has 84,000 dharmas, dharma doors, where you can use to get there. And this is one of them. Dissecting this is one of them. Okay? There's many more ways. Okay? So instead of going 88 views delusions like the Tin Thai people from China, okay, I reject that. I don't believe, I don't believe in big numbers. Anything more than 10 fingers is too much for me already. Okay? I refuse to go more than 10. Okay? 10 is way too much for me. Okay? Let alone 88 view delusions. And 5 is still too much for me, by the way. If you want to get there by getting rid of the view of the body, extreme views, deviant views, and review grasping views, and what's the 5th again? Prohibitive views. Okay? To me, it's still too slow. Okay? There's many ways to get there. Don't worry. Questions? Comments? Yes, Way Mountain Temple.
Master, what's the best way in Buddhism to have a job where you work a lot, but
what's the best way to get there?
Apply Buddhist practices so it doesn't make you crazy and you can just make it through the day and practice Buddhism, but not take it so seriously?
Well, I'm glad you asked. What did he ask?
But what's the best way to not be sorry?
Not be what?
What's the best way to make it through your job where you work a lot and to practice
There's
Buddhism at the same time?
the best way. What's the best way? You guys tell me. What's the best way to get there? Those of you who made it, don't raise your hands. Huh? What's the best way to get there? They don't know themselves. Oh, these losers. Good Lord. You are such a waste of time. What's the best way to get there? I don't know. To me, luck. It's important. Patience. Very good. Very good. Patience. Don't give up. Huh? One thing I tell you, where I came from. This I learned from my teachers. It's okay to fail, but don't quit. Because the truth of the matter is that you have to pass a lot of tests. More than you realize. Okay? The training is to pass the tests. You pass the test, you don't need to understand. Understanding is overrated. What you understand will not help you unfold your wisdom as quickly as passing the test without understanding at all. Isn't that interesting? You see, worldly knowledge, worldly, emphasizes understanding, emphasizes logic. That's worldly understanding. That's worldly knowledge. Whereas transcendental knowledge, who cares you understand or not? Do the right things. That's all. You do the right things, you get there. Yes, Jewel Mountain.
Jumi asks, Master, you mentioned that we should draw near to good people. We are remodeling the apartment next to Jewel Mountain Temple, and they are bad people. I put 1 month Medicine Master plaque for them, though. Should I withdraw the plaque or just leave it? We are considering to sue him.
Did you pay? If you pay, keep it. You haven't paid, withdraw. This woman drives me crazy. She keeps on seeing bad people at Jewel Mountain Temple. I look at Jewel Mountain Temple, I see good people. What's the matter with you? There are no bad people, let me tell you. There's no such a thing as a bad person until they leave the temple. You hear? Let me give you a tip. Now you brought it up. All the bad people we see around you, in front of you, to your right, to your left, in front of you, they're work in progress. You know what work in progress means? They're bad. Very bad. But given time, they'll change. That's the nature of the spiritual practice. people improve, they change. Why? Because they make the right choices. That's how they pass the test. They make the wrong choices, they leave. So let me answer the question of yours once for all. Anyone who's still at the temple is temporarily bad, but they have a chance to become good, including you. When you quit, you run away, that's when you won't get a chance to change anymore. And by the way, people complain to me about my abbots and vice abbots. They say, they're so bad. They lose their temper. They don't know what they're doing. In Korea as well. My answer is, as long as they don't run away yet, okay? Try harder to make them run away. Understand? The Dharma is, you still don't understand, Miss Korea. Okay? It's no bad people. I'm sorry. If you see that a person is bad, you know what what the truth is? You are bad. That person is not bad. Let me explain to you. The Buddha, when he looked at the demon king, did he see a bad person? Not at all. When Shakyamuni Buddha was about to become a Buddha, he just this far away from Buddhahood. The demon king came. He sent his, in my mind, his most gorgeous daughters, okay, at the Buddha. And the Buddha looked at this demon king's daughters. They are just irresistible. And the Buddha looked at him and said, you're so ugly. Old and ugly. Okay? So the Buddha was totally unimpressed. And you realize this demon king is so evil. The Buddha was about to become someone so good, so wonderful. And yet this demon king will come and try to stop him from becoming this perfection, this model of mankind, for mankind. It cannot be more. There's no one more evil than that. And the Buddha looked at the demon king. So the demon king came and said, hey, Shakyamuni Buddha, not bad. You rejected my daughter. Okay, I'm impressed. But what are you about? So the Buddha spoke Dharma for the demon king. And guess what? After listening to the Dharma of the Buddha, the demon king, being the most evil person in our world, you know what I mean? So evil. You can spit on them. You should spit on them. Did the Buddha do that? Did the Buddha reject them? Say, you evil person, get out. Get out my world. This is my world. Saha world is mine. You cannot stay here. Go away. Did he say that? No. You're still seeing evil. Because why? Why? Why does he see evil? You. Why do you see evil? Say it, say it. Give him a microphone. Use a green microphone. Why do you see evil? Speak up. Louder.
Because you are evil?
No, I'm not evil. God, this is insulting. This is a conspiracy, all of you. Give up on you. Yes, dear.
Thầy, tại
Blue.
vì trong tâm còn phân biệt thiện với ác.
No! Say it again. The right pronoun. Why do you still see evil?
Well, because your mind sees it is evil.
No! Because my mind, no, not mine, because your mind is evil. You stupid engineer. You understand? You see evil because you still have evil in your mind. The Buddha has no more evil in his mind. He doesn't see you as evil at all. That's the difference. That's called wisdom. When you have no wisdom, you still see evil. You don't believe me? Some of you, really? So it's no good or bad? Not for you yet. Understand how Korea? Huh? You keep on saying these people are so bad. They have a temper. They're so evil. No, it's because your heart still has evil in it. That's why you see it. When your heart is pure goodness, you will no longer see evil. So let me put it this way for your reference. Okay? If you look at someone, if you hear someone and you feel there's an evil in there, you see an evil in there, it's because you have no wisdom yet. And therefore, be grateful that you still have the evil person around. Because that person is reminding you, that person is doing you a favor. That person is reminding you is that you still have evil in your heart. So instead of rejecting them, you should be grateful. Instead of rejecting my monks and nuns who are very evil, you should be grateful to them. Say something. Yes, Jewel Mountain, comment. Go ahead.
Jewel Mountain says that the remodeling contractor is not at the temple.
I am not talking about the remodeling contractor. I'm talking about my abbot there. He is very evil, but you should put up with it. This is good for you. Only Xian An is perfect. See? Okay? This one right there. The one with the halo on her head. Can you see the halo? Huh? Okay? She is pure goodness. And the other abbot in brown is pure evil. My point here is that, okay, all the people around you, don't say they're manic, don't say they're driving you up the wall. Be grateful they're around because you still have evil in your heart. Be grateful to them. They're throwing their part of your test. Don't blame them. They're very useful. She's very useful. My abbots are very useful, and vice abbots are very useful. They will drive you, their job is drive you up the wall and make you run away, feel like running away. That's their role. Okay? And if you look at them, you see perfection, then you're enlightened already. You don't need us anymore. See that? Try that. Go home and try that on your wife. All right, never mind. We are all work in progress, okay? So stop criticizing me. All right, any questions or comments? See, it's funny. It's not the first time this lady asked me about why are people around the temple so evil? And now I'm glad I have a chance to answer her. We send you more evil people. How's that? Sang-wook, you have your visa yet? If you think only the Americans are evil, Sang-wook is even becoming so evil nowadays. You will not believe it. They will take you offline and tell you about what she did on the drive from Los Angeles to San Jose. She did something very evil. Stop. Hey. Stop looking outside. You got that? This is a very good question. And let me tell you, you Koreans, you don't understand. When you see someone and you get afflicted, okay, if you blame that person, then it's from your worldly habits. If you see someone evil, someone bad, and you use that to look at yourself, then you have wisdom. Stop looking outside. Outside doesn't matter. All right? All that matters is, are you afflicted because they're evil? If you're not afflicted when they're evil, okay, then you have wisdom. The only exception is that general contractor, fire him, please. I don't want to lose money to him. Never mind. Got that? Okay. Koreans, they never taught this. That's why the Koreans go to the Korean temple, they judge good sunim, bad sunim, good sunim, bad sunim. Good monk, bad monk, good nun, bad nun. Now temple, what do we do? Bad monk, bad monk, bad nun, bad nun, bad nun. It's clear to us. You got that? Ask Sianan. Anything to say, Sianan? You're perfect. Don't change. Okay, Way Mountain.
Good afternoon, Master. I just have a question. Since you mentioned earlier about when Buddha was almost to become a Buddha, there was 3 beautiful, gorgeous daughters that was appearing to him, and he looked at them and said, and he imagined that they were old and ugly. I apparently heard a version of that just a few days ago. So the story went that Buddha contemplated that the 3 gorgeous daughters were ugly and old, and when these 3 ladies looked at themselves, they then somehow saw themselves as ugly and old, and they were so embarrassed and they ran away. Was it true?
Getting hot in here. Can I get some fan, please? You from Way Mountain Temple? Please run away. You're evil. Yeah, it's true. That's what happened. And actually, I simplified it for the Westerners. There's no Westerner here. Jeez, no wonder. It's true. It's true that what happened is the Buddha looked at those 3 daughters from the demon king, that very, very powerful demon king. And he looked at them, and he says, you are not really pretty. You're not really gorgeous. Actually, you're very old and you're very ugly. Okay? And instantaneously, those demons' daughters immediately realize that they're old and ugly. Okay, that's what happened. And it's because of the Buddha's power. What the demons do. Can I share with you a secret? Don't tell your children. The young people just walked in here. That's why I'm worried. Okay. Well, it's okay. What happened is what the demon daughters, their Dharma is to appeal to that hidden desire in you. You have this desire for, gorgeous women. Anyone? Don't raise your hand. Very good. You guys are smart. Very good. Okay? When I do this, you know better, right? We know better, don't we? I'm a bad monk, so I'm okay. But you, it's not safe. What happened is that you have to be a man to realize this. You women, please, this is a man talk. We have this, not you, this inner desire for gorgeous women. Don't nod your head, just look. Huh? Very good. Very good. Okay. That is a very deep-seated form of sexual desire. It's that last trace right there that will prevent you from becoming a Buddha. That's what they were doing. They were appealing, the demon daughters were appealing to that last tiny, minute bit of hidden desire that no one knows. Look at the Buddha. Until then, you say, this guy is pure. You see how that one bit right there left. So the Buddha, when he looked at those things, those gorgeous women were looking at him, so that he had to choose. He says, he says, no, you are not real. What you're doing, you're attacking my thing here. You think it's important to me. He says, it's not important to me. Boom, the thing is gone. He says, I don't want this. Because those women, just like the evil people in Korea, my abbot in Korea, all they're doing is like a mirror, reflecting your attachment, your anti-evil. The demon girls came to reflect this seed in the Buddha's mind where they're attached to the sexual desire, that very minute bit left. Okay? So, when he saw that, he said, oh, thank you. I still have it. I don't want it. That's how he became a Buddha. You heard it for the first time here, folks. The Chinese will tell you it's a beautiful story, Buddha is perfect, baloney. Was that you? Okay? He himself has to pass that test. You understand test now? Is it clear now? The Buddha, in order to become a Buddha, that last bit right there, the demon daughters came to tell him that you still have this. Okay? And the Buddha says, oh, that's right. Out you go. And boom, he became a Buddha. For us bad monks and nuns, we say, no, I don't have it. I don't have it. That's why we're still monks and nuns. You think it's glamorous to be Buddha? No, he passed a lot more tests than us. And that final test there will happen to each and every one of you. When you become a Buddha, they'll come and say, you have that sexual desire right there, deep down underneath you. Do I move you? The Buddha says, oh, you're right. You moved me. Goodbye. Do you understand? The demon kings and the daughters are very useful for the Buddha to become a Buddha. Because they point out to the Buddha, you still have that seed right there. And the Buddha says, no, I don't. Does it help her? Way Mountain Temple girl? This girl keeps on pushing me to explain things I don't want to explain. Because now I'm in trouble with Shakyamuni Buddha.
Yes.
He said, why did you reveal my secret before I became a Buddha? People used to idolize me. I was perfect. Now they know I'm not perfect. Isn't that amazing? We are not perfect until we become a Buddha. Look at Dieu Nga. She said, oh my God, you destroyed my idol. Buddha has to pass that final test in order to become a Buddha. We all have to pass those tests. You too, someday, have to pass that test. All of us. That's the only attachment left that he has. The last one. Isn't it fantastic? What's her name again? That Way Mountain Temple girl? Blacklisted. Any other questions? Uh-oh, I offended someone. Yes, Blue.
Mô Phật, như vậy thì theo thầy giảng thì con hiểu rằng Ma vậy là cũng từ ở trong cái tâm của mình xuất ra, phát ra.
Master, based on what you explained, now I understand that the demon actually comes from our mind.
No. That's from the books. Don't believe that. What is a demon then? It's not true. No. I'm no cop. I'm not a cop. I love that clip from Richard Nixon. I'm not a cop. Fascinating. He's so much conviction. I'm not a cop. No, it's not true. Be careful. When you put it like that, it's from the books. It's from the people who don't understand. And we keep on talking like this. It perpetuates the misunderstanding. Excuse me, from the scholars. The demon is not from a demon in your mind. The demon is to help you pass the test. That's why they're extremely useful. That's why we don't kill them. That's why we don't reject them. Because they help us spot our attachment. Until you become a Buddha, each and every one of you, bar none, will face many, many tests from the demons. Right now, we're facing a test of called what? COVID-19, with several variants. West Coast variants, South Africa, UK variant, what else? Brazil variant. What else do we have? West Coast has like 3 or 4 variants. There's 7. There you go. See? Okay? Those are the tests from the demons. A pandemic is a work of a demon. Okay? There will be more. We'll be facing more of these pandemics. And the demons' role is to be themselves, okay? And we need to know how to deal with them. The typical worldly knowledge is they're demon, they're bad, so that shoot them, that harm them. We don't do that. Okay? We look at the demon because when we look at the demon, we are aware of what's arising inside our heart. Okay? Do we have hatred? Do we have anger? Do we have rejection? Yes or no? If you do, then you have no wisdom. Unlike the Buddha, when he looks at the demon, he has no hatred, no anger, no rejection. That's wisdom. So the demon is very useful. It helps us identify those attachments that are very deeply seated in us. It's not about the evil inside of us. It's about them posing a test to help us spot our attachments. There's no demon inside of us. We're pure. We're perfect. No? It's not true. It's not true. We really don't have demons inside of us. We are good people. Xiao Tai, you're good or evil? He had to think. His mom never talked to him like that. Let me think, he says. I like evil more than good, he says. Okay? The point is, don't try to understand too much. Don't worry. Okay? Just like Korea and the Korean girl, it bothers you. She has the courage and the straightforwardness of mind to dare bring it up. That's very, very good. Okay? If you have a problem, bring it up. Do not pretend. Okay? You disagree, you don't like it, you disagree, it's perfectly okay. And then please leave. If you disagree with me, I mean. Even Xiao Tai likes it. Huh? Okay? So it's okay. It's okay to... What did she do now? What? The Korean girl. Look at her. She's making all these gestures. YMCA. Good Lord. Koreans are weird. Yes, Blue.
So you were saying that the Buddha has to go through the test of basically sexual desire before becoming Buddha.
Very tiny.
So I thought even like when we enter first dhyana, you temporarily not having this type of desires anymore.
Coarse desires.
Coarse. Okay, yeah.
First dhyana is very coarse.
So even you're in formless realm, you are still you're still attached to forms.
Very subtle. You can't see it. Anyone else? Yes, Blue.
Master, thank you for the lesson. How are we going to explain to the children, let's say from the children from a divorced family and the dad or mom remarry, and of course when the stepmom or stepdad get into their life, then they become buyers of their own children. Then the previous children will see that, oh my God, she's with me, she's mean, she's all like this. So the children see the evil in the woman. For an adult, if we can see that, we say, oh, I feel sorry for her because she doesn't know the consequence or the pain that she will acquire later. And so how are we going to explain and teach the children so they don't see the evil?
Yeah, how? Hey, Mary Jo, tell her how. Do I look like a shrink to you? These people are so unreasonable, asking for the impossible. Kim, explain to her. You're the consultant. Good Lord. What do you do then? Seriously, what do you do? In that case, you have, stepdad, stepmom, and so forth. What do you do? Green. We're lucky today. I give to you our social worker. Yes, sir. What do you do? What can you do? He
You
has
can
to
only
think.
be patient with them.
Patient with them. So politically correct. He's right. It's first of all, you can't help. Admit that. You don't know how to help. Okay? You don't know. We don't have the wisdom, number one. We don't know what to do. Number two, Okay? We don't have the means to help solve the problems. Right? So it's not much we can do. Let's face it. Yes, the fact is that you feel sorry for them, you feel for them. Yes, it's a fact. That's important. Okay? That alone is helpful already, I feel. That someone cares. They do matter. Okay? That goes a long way for them. It makes a difference in their lives already. You know? So what you can do is you show you care. Yes, I feel your pain. Yes, I know it's difficult. Okay? Come and cry in my shoulders. I care for you. If you can't take it anymore, don't do anything stupid. I'm here. Please give me a call. I will buy you some ice cream. You know, make time for you. Okay? Whatever I can do to help you, please give me a call because I'm here for you. That's all you can do. And to me, it's so meaningful to someone who is in need for help to find someone who cares. Even though we can't help, the fact that you really care is very important. Okay? Not all problems can be solved. I don't care how good you are. I don't care how smart you are. Okay? You can't solve all the problems. That's just life. It's called what? Retribution. There's suffering right now. I'm sorry, you can't rub it in. You don't want to rub it in. There's suffering right now because they're the bad retribution for something bad they planted in the past. So now they're suffering. We don't have the power nor the wisdom to know how to fix it. But we can do what we are capable of is our kindness and our compassion. That's what we have to offer. Okay? And you give them the comfort, you give them the sympathy, and you give them the blessings. That's what you do. You say, you go home, you recite the Medicine Master Buddha's name, and then transfer those blessings to this child, and hope that it will help them. The sooner the better. That's all you can do. Okay? So you have these bad cases. I'm sure that Kim sees a lot of them every day, and it breaks your heart to see such cases, okay? Such people, such situations. But sometimes all you can give is the care and the kindness, okay? And you can go a step further by giving them blessings. Remember what we learned earlier in the earlier slide? Remember? They have bad things, they have 8 disasters, 8 miseries, and you can do things to counteract them. Same thing here. These people, these children are suffering because they are undergoing the retribution. And you cannot say that. They get very offended and they think you have no compassion whatsoever. You have to rub it in when they're suffering already. But the point here is that you have to, from our perspective, we know there's some bad causes in the past. That's why they're suffering right now. So what you do, the smart thing to do, is to plan good causes for them right now, so that hopefully it will mature quickly enough to counteract the bad causes. Just like we learn the 4 Dharmas to counteract the 8 miseries. Give them blessings to help them out. That's all you can do. Okay? Why do I feel like crying? Yes, Blue.
topic. This is a question I didn't have chance to ask from quite a few lectures ago, where you mentioned, where you explained the three verses, levels above the fourth stage aha. I wonder, are those also something a teacher, a Chan master would certify, just like the first stage aha and second stage ahas and so on?
I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. Possible. But why? Who cares? Just become enlightened. Okay. All right. Wei Monk has a question.
A Di Đà Phật. Cái này là con không biết có cái liên quan với cái mấy câu hỏi này không, nhưng mà đây là kinh nghiệm của con. Hồi nhỏ con sống rất là sung sướng, nhưng mà khi 13 tuổi là cha con chết, chiến tranh nổi lên, thì mẹ không biết làm gì hết, là tụi con là bữa đói bữa no. Thì vài năm sau cũng không có nhà ở luôn. Tính là sống đầu đường xó chợ rồi. Nhưng mà nhờ người mẹ đã được mấy thầy dạy tụng cái phẩm Mổ Môn. Rồi cái phẩm thứ 25 trong kinh Pháp Hoa đó, thì hàng ngày thấy bà già tụng vậy, khi mà bữa nào bà già không có nhà, lúc đó con mới 13 tuổi thôi, thì sáng 6 giờ chiều, 6 giờ sáng đốt 2 cây nhang cúng dường Quan Thế Âm. Rồi sau đó lớn 20 tuổi đi lính, thì 11 năm rưỡi, gần 12 năm không đổ một giọt máu. Ở tù 5 năm rưỡi, sau 75 cũng không có sao. Qua đây tiếng Anh mà đi mua tem không biết nói nữa. Mà 8 năm sau đậu bằng cử nhân mà làm cho chính phủ. Thì từ đó mới học cái phẩm Mổ Môn trong tù đó. Đức Phật mới dạy mình á, chúng sanh có rất là nhiều đau khổ. Mấy cái gì quý vị mới hỏi đó, thì nói gốc gác như thầy mới giảng là do nghiệp chướng của mình, do tham sân si của mình. Bao nhiêu cái tư tưởng, bao nhiêu gì nó chỉ gốc 3 cái đó thôi: tham với sân với si, làm cho mình ngu lòng mà mình làm những đau khổ cho chính mình. Bây giờ ví dụ quý vị dạy đổi về cái dùng nước sông không đi, đâu có ở nhà hoài đâu, thì mấy đứa nhỏ nó sẽ té dưới sông, nó sẽ tự cứu nó thôi. Thì bây giờ mình làm sao? Dạy nó bất lỗi. Thì cũng vậy, trong cuộc đời này những cái khổ nó như là sông nước vậy đó. Cái cô nào mới hỏi đó, rồi dạy con, cô có niềm tin Quan Thế Âm đi, phẩm Mổ Môn đó, thì tự nó ra đời. Cái đó là cái phao để cho nó đeo nó sống. Và tôi cũng từ cái đó tôi sống tới giờ này. Thì đến một lúc nào đó tự động Quan Thế Âm mới dạy quý vị. Một mặt quý vị niệm á, thì mình build up cái phước cho mình, Đức Phật dạy trong đó. Sau cái đó rồi đó, thì cái lúc nào cần thì Ngài giúp cho mình khổ nạn. Nhưng mà qua đến một lúc nào đó Ngài không có giúp nữa, tự mình Ngài bắt tôi phải tự học cái bài kinh Bát Nhã Tâm Kinh đó, mà qua khổ nạn với tao không có giúp nữa. Thì từ cái bài đó, cuối cùng mình nhận ra cái gì? Cuối cùng cái bài kinh Bát Nhã là 3 đời chư Phật làm theo Bát Nhã đó mà đắc thành Phật đó. Y trí huệ Bát Nhã đắc ba mật la la tam miệu tam bồ đề. Thì phải từ cái khởi đầu là cái Nam Mô Quan Thế Âm Bồ Tát. Mà Đức Phật dạy mình niệm phải rất là cung kính, thường niệm cung kính. Cái chìa khóa là ở chỗ đó. Hòa Thượng Tuyên Hóa cũng nói, cái người thế gian đó nhiều cái khổ nạn, nhiều cái rắc rối, phải niệm Quan Thế Âm, nên niệm Quan Thế Âm. Thì nó mở ra tất cả cuộc sống mình và cái đạo đức tu học nó đi cùng một lúc luôn. Rồi bây giờ nó tới phẩm 25 trong kinh Pháp Hoa là nó sâu lắm. Rồi cuối phẩm đó mới dạy chân quán, thanh định quán, bi quán, cập từ quán, là cái tuyệt đỉnh của cái tu sau này nữa. Mà lúc đầu phải có niềm tin và thường niệm cung kính thì nó qua hết. Đó là kinh nghiệm của tôi trả lời cho quý vị như vậy.
I'm not really sure is it related, but I want to share my experience. When I was little, I have a very good life, but when I was 13 years old, my dad died, and the country was undergo a war, and my mom didn't really know what to do much. So after that, we usually will have not have enough thing to eat, to the point like we almost become homeless. We don't have a house to stay. And then for some reason, my mom was taught to recite the Universal Door chapter, which is chapter 25 in the Lotus Sutra. And every day she taught me, if she's not at home, my job is to offer one incense to Kuan Yin, one in the morning, one at night. And because I did that, then when later on when I have to join the military, for 12 years in there, I did not shed any drop of blood. And then after the war, I was put in the concentration camp, but and then after that, I went to the U.S., go to school, and after 8 years, I got a bachelor degree, and then I have a job to work for the government. And in the Universal Door chapter, the Buddha taught that this world is full of suffering because of greed, hatred, and stupidity as the cause of all of our suffering. So, for example, if you are worried, you cannot be with your child all day, and then you're afraid that your child will get drowned, for example, then you teach your kid how to swim. So same thing here in the Universal Door chapter. If you learn from Kuan Yin and you recite, first of all, you will generate blessing, and those blessings will help you to overcome the suffering. And then you have to understand that sometimes Kuan Yin will appear and help you, but at some point she will stop. She will not help you because she wants to teach you the lesson to bear with the suffering. That's why I got the lesson from learning from the Heart Sutra. And then in that sutra, it says that that is the lesson that the Buddha of the 3 period of time both contemplate on it. That's why they become a Buddha. So you can teach your children to recite Namo Quan Shin Pusa. If you often recite it, but remember the key thing here is you need to have to recite with a respectful mind. And doesn't matter what suffering, what difficulty you encounter, if you recite Kuan Yin Bodhisattva, you will get help. And then later on in that chapter, it will teach you more. But the key thing here is to recite Kuan Yin's name.
Okay, very good. He has such a bad, such a sad life story. All right. Make you feel like leaving the home life and becoming a monk. Okay, where are we? Wei Mountain has a question. Not that woman. One hard question per session, remember? Yes. That's number 2. This better be an easy question.
Pretty easy related.
I
to the
knew it.
topic.
This is the same woman.
When you see somebody, when you see evil in someone, you are evil. So my question is, my brother and my mom both got super angry for whatever reason with me. I found out I survived with my brother this morning, but with my mom, I felt afflicted. I felt that people would say that I was not filial. So it's really hard for me to get out, and I got stuck with it. I cannot see anything. Why does it happen with my mom, not with my brother? Because I still owe my mom? Or why am I stupid with my mom, not with my brother?
Because you have evil in your heart.
Only one with my mom, not with my brother?
Yeah.
How is that possible?
Because it is. I'm the expert.
Sure you are.
I don't know. You are strange. Your mom is stranger. Strangers in paradise. I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't have any wisdom. Because I still see evil in you. Okay. Any other questions? Okay. One quick thing, because otherwise, next time we forget. Oh, yeah. And then the 4th thing, remember, is to plant the good roots. Okay, what are the good roots? Okay, good roots is also called good base. It's called virtue base. This is very important. Virtue base. If you want to be a virtuous person, do good. That's what it boils down to. Doesn't matter you Buddhist or non-Buddhist, doesn't matter. If you think you're a good person, good people do good. Okay? Virtuous people do good. Okay? For Buddhism, it's very important. Doesn't matter you believe it or not, because when you do good, okay, goodness is a source for all the good Dharma, all the good things in the world that happen is from the goodness of your heart. That's very important. Okay? That's all that matters. Whether people believe it or not, doesn't matter. The good things happen in the world is from the goodness in your heart, in our hearts. That's all we need to know. And that's all we do. Okay? Do good. Okay? And do more good. That's all. In the Agama store, and in the Agama teaching, in the Hinayana teaching, the Buddha says a monk attains a proper view, and this proper view, because of this proper views, he towards everything in this world, he has indestructible purity. You don't understand it yet, but eventually in the future you see. Okay, that's the strength right there. Indestructible, unshakable. Okay, unaffectable. Okay, that's your strength. And the substance of the good root is the absence of the 3 poisons. If you do good, okay, it has to be based on a lack of greed, a lack of anger, a lack of stupidity. So, for example, the question earlier from Korea says, how come I see evil people? What do you hear? What I heard is this person is angry. Even if the subcontractor or general contractor is evil, okay, that's his problem. And my problem, my bigger problem. But if you're angry and you reject that bad person, then you're no good. Please pay attention to this, okay? Mind your business, okay? Look at your evil inside of you. Look at the evil attachments inside of you. That's what they all are there for. Don't judge them. But sometimes you manic people can't help yourself. You have to judge them. It's so evil. I can't stand him. You're so right. But how does it help you? The more right you are towards rejecting others, the more confused you are. That's all. Does you no good. Okay? And we need to be aware of it. You know, do good. You need to keep on doing good, and eventually, it's called planting good things, because all the good things you planted, meaning you did in the past, will eventually sprout, and you reap the benefits of your good deeds, of your goodness. You never lose when you do good, okay? Whether people are aware of it or not, it's not important. Just do good, okay? And eventually you'll be reaping all the great benefits from that. That's all I have for you today. Let's do a rebirth transference. Thank you.